Imagine an abandoned coal plant in Minnesota, rusting beside a dead smokestack, then coming back to life as a battery that can power a city for 4 days straight.
Wait, a coal plant that doesn't burn coal, but stores clean energy for 100 hours?
While China quietly captured about 93% of the world's long-duration energy storage, one little-known US company started wiring dead coal plants into multi-day iron-air batteries. And almost nobody outside the energy world has heard their name. They're called Form Energy. And if they're right, this is the US coal-to-battery empire you were never supposed to notice.
Okay, back up. Why do we even need multi-day batteries? Don't we already have tons of lithium packs on the grid? But before we answer, you watching this, like and subscribe.
Right, we do have tons of lithium packs, but most lithium systems are built to last a few hours. Great for evening peaks, terrible for a 4-day wind slump or a winter storm that freezes half the grid. In 2025, long-duration energy storage, anything that can run for many hours to days, finally passed 15 gigawatt-hours of installed capacity worldwide, up 49% in a single year. The catch? Roughly 90+% of that capacity sits in China, driven by aggressive policies and huge pilots in compressed air, thermal storage, and flow batteries.
So China owns the long-duration game, and the US is betting on one weird battery hidden in old coal towns?
Exactly. And to understand why, we need to talk about a battery that literally breathes rust.
Breathes rust? How does that even work?
Form's first commercial product is a grid-scale iron-air battery, rows of modules about the size of a washer-dryer, stacked inside shipping container-like boxes, grouped into giant power blocks. Inside each cell are iron pellets, water and air electrodes in a water-based, non-flammable electrolyte. When you charge the battery, you push electricity in, and the iron rusts. It oxidizes as it reacts with oxygen from the air. When you discharge, you reverse the reaction. The rust turns back into iron, releasing that stored energy over up to 100 hours.
So instead of rare earth metals and fancy chemistry, it's basically controlled rusting and derusting of cheap iron.
Exactly. Iron, water, and air. Some of the safest and lowest cost materials on the planet, which is why Form claims they can hit multi-day storage at a fraction of lithium's cost per kilowatt-hour on the grid. You trade some round-trip efficiency for brutal cost and duration. Perfect for those rare but dangerous multi-day shortages.
But how do we get from rusting iron pellets to coal-to-battery empire?
Start in Minnesota. Utility XL Energy signed a deal with Form to deploy a 10-megawatt/1,000 megawatt-hours, 100-hour iron-air system at the Sherburne County Generating Station, a coal plant scheduled to retire. Another identical 10 megawatts/1,000 megawatt-hours multi-day battery is planned for XL's Comanche coal plant in Pueblo, Colorado, also on its way out. On the outside, they still look like industrial yards, tanks, containers, transformers. But inside those sites, you're swapping coal piles for racks of iron-air modules that can discharge for 4 days.
So instead of demolishing coal plants, you recycle the grid connection, the land, even some buildings, and just swap the polluting heart for a 100-hour battery?
Exactly. It's cheaper than building everything from scratch, less politically explosive for communities that depended on those plants, and it keeps firm capacity on the grid without burning fuel. In Georgia, Form has a deal with Georgia Power for a 15-megawatt, 1,500 megawatt-hours iron-air system, targeted to come online around 2026 as part of the utility's clean energy plan.
All this hardware has to come from somewhere. Where are they actually building these things?
In Weirton, West Virginia, at Form Factory 1, a 550,000 square foot plant built in about a year on a former steel town site. It's already employing over 400 people and is on track for at least 750 jobs by 2028, retraining fossil and steel workers into battery manufacturing. By early 2026, Form had announced at least 9 public projects, including pilots in Minnesota, Colorado, Georgia, Virginia, Maine, New York, and a 10-megawatt/1,000 megawatt-hour system in Ireland, their first international deal.
So this isn't just a science project anymore. It's starting to look like an infrastructure network.
And that network is now colliding with one of the hungriest new power users on Earth, AI data centers. Because AI needs power 24/7, Excel and Google recently announced a 300 megawatt/30 gigawatt-hours Form Energy project for a new Google data center in Minnesota, the largest battery by energy capacity ever announced. It will combine wind, solar, and 100-hour iron-air storage to keep Google's core services running through multi-day grid stress. And a separate 12 gigawatt-hour deal with Crusoe uses Form's batteries to support AI-heavy data centers, locking in years of multi-day capacity from that West Virginia factory.
It's like stealth clean infrastructure. No big visual fanfare, but a completely different grid behavior when things go wrong. This all sounds perfect. Where's the catch?
2 big ones. First, efficiency. Iron-air batteries lose more energy in the round trip than lithium, so you don't want them cycling every day. They're a rare-use, huge impact tool for long events, not a daily workhorse. Second, money and market design. Analysts say LDES capacity is growing fast, but financing is tough, and most grid markets still don't fully pay for multi-day resilience.
So if regulators don't value that 100-hour safety net, these projects risk being cool pilots instead of a real coal-to-battery wave.
Form Energy won't single-handedly decarbonize the grid, but it does something symbolically powerful. It turns the skeletons of the fossil era into infrastructure for a cleaner, more resilient one.
And next time a storm, a calm week, or an AI boom stresses the grid, these boring-looking yards might be the reason the lights stay on.
If you want to see how this fits alongside gravity batteries, pumped hydro, and all the other weird ways we're trying to store the wind and sun, stick around. Hit subscribe for more hidden infrastructure, global energy twists, and the solutions that actually move the needle.
Thanks for watching. Stay green, stay healthy, stay informed.